who are here leading international election observation missions, and other heads of international observation missions, Excellencies, ambassadors and high commissioners present, fellow observers of the East African Community Election Observation Mission, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Upon the invitation of the Kenyan Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the Secretary General of the East African Community, Honorable Peter Mathuki, constituted the East African Community Election Observation Mission to the 2022 Kenya General Election. Let me hasten to say that the election observation is one of the fundamental principles of promoting good governance and democracy in the East African Community as per treaty and as per the principles of election observation and evaluation of 2012. The East African Commission Observation Mission comprised 43 East Africans. I'm leading that mission, and Ambassador Fatma Ndangiza, who is the chairperson of the Regional Affairs and Conflict Resolution Committee of the East African Legislative Assembly, is my deputy. The members of the mission were drawn from the East African Legislative Assembly, national parliaments, government ministries, electoral management bodies, national youth councils, national human rights institutions, civil society organizations, and East African youth ambassadors. In constituting the mission, the Secretary General is guided, or was guided, by the principle that no national of the country holding the election will be a member of that observation mission. It follows, therefore, that our brothers and sisters of Kenya are not members of this mission. Ladies and gentlemen, the deployment of this mission was preceded by an AU, EAC, and COMESA joint high-level pre-election consultative mission from the 14th to the 21st of May. Later, from 25th of June to 25th of July, a joint political assessment mission with members of the AU, EAC, COMESA, and IGAD conducted an assessment of conflict prevention and mitigation of the risk factors to be taken into account during this year's election in Kenya. Members of the East Africa Election Observation Mission were deployed in 16 teams in 27 counties in Nairobi, Central, Nyanza, Eastern, Western, Rift Valley, and Coastal region. On polling day, we were able to observe elections in 218 polling stations. Before deployment, the mission undertook consultations with stakeholders, including the chairman of the EIB, Independent Electoral and Border Commission, Wafula Chebukati and his commissioners, the Chief Justice, Her Lordship Justice Martha Koome, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i. And with regard to presidential candidates, we met in person with His Excellency William Ruto, the Deputy President, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister, and Reverend David Waihiga. I spoke by phone with Professor George Watcha Jakaya. He was in his village. He went there early to vote, but we agreed to meet when he returns to Nairobi. The other stakeholders we interacted with include the National Police Service of Kenya, ambassadors of the East African Community in Kenya, commissioners of the National Human Rights Commission, commissioners of the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, political parties, the Election Observation Group, ILOG, civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, and the media. We also had consultations with other regional and international observers. Many of them are already here. I attended a special event organized by the Kenya's Ministry of Foreign Affairs by Secretary Rachel Omamo, organized by 4 observers. The Secretary of ICT, Honorable Joseph Mucheru, the Inspector General of Police, Hilary Nzioki, permanent secretaries from several ministries were present. They spoke about Kenya government's preparedness and readiness to ensure successful, free, and fair election in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to present the preliminary report of the East African Community Observer Mission. The report is based on the consultations which I have already mentioned and the findings of our observers in the field, in the counties. We observed key pre-election and election day activities, campaigns, delivery of polling materials, preparation of polling stations, voting processes, and results management at polling stations. The comprehensive report, the detailed and comprehensive report, will be completed shortly and will be delivered to the Independent Electoral and Border Commission of Kenya and to relevant Kenyan authorities. The following are some of the observations the EAC Election Observation Mission would like to highlight. 1, the mission observed that the campaigns were conducted in a calm and peaceful atmosphere. Parties and candidates had the opportunity to campaign freely, although there were reports of some challenges or incidents encountered by some parties and some members. In our assessment, these were isolated incidents. They do not translate or reflect the whole election processes. And those issues that were incidents related to security were dealt with by the national security agencies. 2, the mission takes note of the important contribution made by several stakeholders like faith-based organizations, civil society organizations, the private sector, and the media, which helped in promoting peace and harmony during the campaigns as well as before and on polling day. The mission noted that at various stages of the electoral process,